Hi everybody, here we are. It's the first day of class, and what I want to do right now is kind of run through the class with you the way that I would on the first day of a face-to-face class, except obviously this is virtual. At some point I'm probably going to make my face go away from this because I find the whole thing really distracting, but we'll see how it goes. So this is Management 214, and what I've got here is the student view of Canvas for you. And this is the way I've set the course up. And I want you to notice a few things about how the course is set up in Canvas. Typically, I'm not the biggest Canvas user in the world. I mean, I use it for gathering homework and stuff, but I don't really use it for managing the class. I do that through the sheer force of my personality. But here, in an online environment, we have to use Canvas a lot more deliberately than I typically have in the past. I don't know what your other professors have done. And so what I've tried to do is make it really clean for you, right? So I don't have a whole ton of menu items over here on the left-hand side. Just these three buttons, the home button, which is where all the modules and all the content will be fed to you, and then where you can access your grades, thusly. Let's see how that looks. I haven't actually looked at this yet. So here's some assignments that I've put up already, and when we get some scores in here, it'll tell you what your scores are. And then the syllabus link is here as well. So here is the syllabus for the class. Let's see, so the syllabus. So this course, you can read it yourself, but this is managerial accounting. It talks about accounting information that is used by managers in planning and controlling operations. And I want to differentiate that from financial accounting. Financial accounting is oriented towards external reporting. Managerial accounting is oriented towards how managers make decisions. And I don't want to turn this into a half-hour long lecture here. I want to quickly just run through the course with you, so I don't want to get into a lot of detail. I do want to, however, say that you'll be using a lot of Excel. Primary objective for the class is for you to develop some skills in Excel and use the Excel as a tool for solving these kinds of problems here. This is a very heavily analytic class, and you don't do the math by hand. Don't do the math by hand. You will hate your life if you do, right? Just learn the Excel, and I'm going to force you to. We are gonna. It's pretty flexible. We've only got 7 modules of content, but some of them are really big. I figure this class will take about 10 weeks total. Like I said, some of the modules are really heavy, and then there'll be some projects, and as well as a couple of exams. You need to get a Cengage subscription. Just get it for 1 semester, because we're not going to be using Cengage again. Well, it's not in my world. Next semester I'm teaching Financial Management 319, and we'll be using a different product in that. We'll be using a Pearson product. So 1 semester of Cengage. And because of COVID, and because it's summertime, I'm really not going to get too hung up about late work. I've got the Cengage homework set up so that you don't get a late penalty, and so that it'll continue to have you able to submit the assignments after the due date. I want to have due dates, because otherwise some of you will try to leave all this work to the last 2 weeks of the summer, and you won't be able to do it. I've got the Cengage directly linked into Canvas. There's pros and cons to that. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I did that once before, and it seemed like the grades didn't update if you went in and improved your work. But then again, when I don't link them to Canvas, then I have all this administrative stuff to do to try to figure out what's the most recent grade. So we linked them this time, and we'll just see how that goes. The other thing to note is that after a week, right, even though I'll accept late work, I need to have a system for keeping track of where you've turned it in. whether you've turned it in, because Canvas doesn't really help me with that very much. And I found that this was last semester when we were doing everything online. I found that this was just a real bottleneck of my being able to get feedback to you in an efficient manner. So I'm going to make a separate column in the grade book for you to submit late work. Again, there's no penalty for late work. I just want to make sure that I get flagged when something is submitted there. Okay. So that's how things work with you turning them in. My door just opened and a cat walked in. Let's see. So back to the home page. Actually, let's go back to the syllabus. So the way that your grades are going to be calculated is it's 5% on participation. I'm going to have a lot of discussion boards and things like that. 50% of this is your Cengage. This is a course with a ton of just regular homework, lots of it. 20% you're going to have some Excel assignments, including handing in spreadsheets to go with the Cengage homework. We're going to have a couple of exams, and then there's a final project. The last section of the textbook, the last material, there's like current topics in managerial accounting. So, there's not a lot of like homeworky kind of content there. What there is just some topics that are sort of on the forefront of management accounting, things like sustainability reporting or fraud, blockchain, just new worlds of managing by the numbers that you guys will do a little bit of research on and learn about. So that's what you're going to be doing. Let's see, back to the home page. One thing, I'm going to exit the student view and I want to show you how I'm setting up these modules. So I have noticed in this class, I love working one-on-one with students, right? People come into my office, I'll sit and help them all the time, and you guys can Zoom me and I'll sit and help you all the time. But one thing that I noticed for some students is that when the only thing that they're getting graded on or that they are being forced to do is the actual homework, sometimes they'll try to just skip to the assignments and not take the time to go through the instruction that goes along with it. And this class, although the material is kind of common sense, it's not the kind of thing that you can do that with. And I mean, everybody gets frustrated when the students haven't gone and done the learning that I've tried to provide for them. And then they come in, they want to know how to do the work. And I'm like, well, did you watch my videos? Did you come to class? So what I've got this thing set up to do is for you to be required to at least view the pages that have videos. Now here in this Excel camp, I'm not making you do that because not everybody needs the Excel instructions. Some of you already know how to use Excel. But when we get into the actual content, which I haven't completely set up yet, I'm going to require that you at least look at the pages in Canvas where I've put up the videos where I'm explaining things. Again, this is just from number of semesters of experience with students not doing that and then not knowing how to proceed. So I want to make it easy for you. I want to make it so that you can be successful. So that's what that is about. What else? Yeah, we'll just take it as it goes. I will not flood your inbox with announcements. I was going bananas last semester when everything was communicated via email. I'm going to try to be I'm going to try to use some discretion in how often I communicate out to you. I respect your time, and it's hard to keep track of everything, so I don't want to make things any more difficult for you than they need to be. I'll try to get all the information that you need sort of into the structure of the Canvas course so that when you're in the mode of doing work, you'll be able to do it. So the first week of class, again, I'll go back to the student view. The first week of class, all I'm going to need you to do is, go through these videos, put up a picture so that I can see your smiley face. We've got a little discussion here. You can post a cute little video of yourself singing to your cat or whatever it is that you do for fun. Please keep it clean. Don't be posting videos of you doing anything you wouldn't want your mother to see. And then also I've got these pinned resources. So I thought maybe instead of having students constantly emailing me with questions, maybe it would be good to corral your questions into a discussion format so that when other students come along, maybe they can look and see if they have the same question. I mean, I'm always glad to hear from you, that's fine. But, this might be useful, particularly for things like math camp. So math camp. In the first week of class, like I said, I want you to do these orientations, and then I've got math camp, Excel camp, and a financial accounting review. These are, the kinds of math problems. This literally was from Cengage. The kinds of things that you need to be able to do for this class. It's not crazy pre-algebra or pre-trig, stuff. It's just, basic math. And then, right, I've got 3 chapters of actual assignments in a beginning Excel book. All right, I've got a whole bunch of videos that go along with it, and actually one of the things that I need to do today is improve these videos, put them out on YouTube instead of having them living on Canvas. There they are. So, if you've never used Excel before, chapter 1 in the book, I've got all these walkthrough videos. It's like a half hour content. Or you can just use the book. It's an ebook, so you can just walk along with the book. I have a Mac, so all of my Excel things are on a Mac screen, but I have borrowed a Windows machine for the summer, and I'll be able to, if you've got a Windows machine, we can Zoom and I can help walk you through things if you can't figure it out from the Mac videos. So that's what we're doing the first week, and then you've got a little financial accounting review, just so that you remember your way around a balance sheet, because you can't forget that. Got a little PowerPoint that I would have used to kind of walk through financial accounting review in a face-to-face classroom. It's pretty self-explanatory. I didn't really feel the need to make a video to go along with it. And so, my friends, that is what you're looking at. All right, so the first week, you've got some little assignments to do. You got to get Excel onto your computer if you don't have it already. And as a matter of fact, I have a little video about how to actually get Excel onto your computer. Microsoft 365 is not the same. It's difficult to save. It's just weird. Just get the program onto your computer. Trust me, you'll be happy. Because remember, even though this is a summer class and it's online, I'm assuming that I'm going to see all of you in the fall for 319. And I will also be assuming that you have learned how to use Excel during the course of this course. And if you don't believe that I will make your life miserable if you don't know Excel, just wait till you take the MIS class with Professor Beaudry. So now is your chance. It's a good summer project. And that, my friends, is pretty much all I have to say about this class at this time. Like I said, we will be in constant contact. Zoom is my new favorite thing, and I really look forward to working with you and to getting to know you a little bit in this context. Okay,